Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. We can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun.
Good morning. Sorry, I thought I was going to be here like just in time for that non-farms or jobless claims news, and then there was things on my computer that didn't want to start up correctly. Okay, but coming immediately over here, they did move off of that quite a bit, actually. I'd say that they moved quite a bit off of that, although it's not really changed in the aftermath. So now hold on, my chart here is not connected. That's maybe why I was having some issues here, is that I was spending a lot of time debugging yesterday. I was spending a lot of time doing some debugging of some strategies and stuff, and I did not remember to reconnect NinjaTrader or restart it. So and just wait for that. It doesn't look like any of you are here yet anyways. Ugh, I need to get rid of that. There we go. Still loading the 10-year. There's Octavius. Good morning. It looks like they were falling going into it. Chicago National Activity Index was -2. Well, we got some PMIs today. I think that's going to be a bigger deal. They are S&P PMIs, but it's the best we got. There's also a 5-year auction today. I've been still complaining about that. NinjaTrader thinks that some of my historical data is corrupt. It crashed on the open? What? Impossible. The older version or the beta version? That's crazy. Jigsaw never crashes. Maybe you should, I don't know. I can't think of, there's got to be something wrong with your setup. Oh, the beta. The beta I could believe. The beta I could believe. Yes. Guys, here's the thing you got to understand about software development, okay? Like if I come in here and I say, okay, there's this thing that I have and it needs to run, okay? And it needs to run 100% of the time, okay? You can't do that. That's impossible. Nothing can be perfect 100% of the time. So what you can say is, I need it to be working 99% of the time, right? Well, what is 99% of 365 days? That means that there's going to be like 3 or more days in the year where it doesn't work. right? Okay, so what you actually need is you need 99.9, right? Now you've got it down to there's a period less than a day in that year where it's up, right? But that's still, for trading, that's still not enough. So you want something that's like 99.999 maybe % of the time it's up. Okay. For a trading application, how do you do that? Because every step you're taking an order of magnitude more reliability. Each step that you take, right? So it takes exponentially more effort to increase the reliability to the point that you get it, right? How do you accomplish that? Well, the thing that will screw up your reliability the most is features. Okay. Every time you add a new feature, every time that you make a change, increases the chances of something screwing up and the system being unreliable. Every feature that you add adds complexity to the system, increases the chances of something breaking. Right? But here's the thing. Jigsaw has a lot of features, and they're still adding features that are relatively groundbreaking. Granted, it's been a little bit slower over the past, let's say since the pandemic, because they added charts, but they're still adding stuff to the DOM. And I've talked to them about things like spreads. I think that we'll get in there eventually. They add a lot of features. So to have the number of features that they do and the amount of reliability that the base application has is actually truly astounding. It's really impressive software in that respect. But they added a ton of new features in the beta. Yeah, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a couple of months probably before that beta version is really truly ready for prime time. Because they didn't just change, they didn't just add a few new features and stuff. They fundamentally redesigned large sections of the application. So yeah. Good morning, head to the chopper, boy. Also, good morning, Namras and Stefan. I'm looking. Oh, I have Uzi. I have something to show you, Uzi. I don't know if you're there yet. I was working on something yesterday you might find interesting. Close. Oh man, I still have all my stuff open from yesterday because I just walked away. Got the thing to where I wanted it, and then I walked away. I left it the way that it was. You just got Windows 11? I think that Windows 11 is in an okay place now. I don't like the direction that they took it. With the Windows 11 main thing. But it's okay. It's okay. It sucks. It does. I mean, it does suck. I was trying to be more diplomatic about it, Octavius, in case, Microsoft was watching this and they're like, do we want to work with this guy? Or, I was trying to be diplomatic by saying, it works. all of the things that I hated about Windows 11 when it was released, they've got fixes for. So now the thing that I hate about Windows 11 is that I can just tell that they didn't design it for me. They moved away from the direction that I really think makes Windows the number one operating system. There continues to be this group of people at Microsoft that are like, hey, if we design this operating system like we're trying to be Apple and assume that everybody is a complete dunce, then maybe they'll be more interested in the operating system. No! At this point, Windows is a loss leader for them, I think. At this point, I don't... They're making money off of the cloud and everything, right? It's kind of a loss leader for them. You need to keep Windows as powerful software. Apple and Linux, they just don't have the interface and or the ecosystem for really powerful business applications, right? And that's your primary user base. And you should be, focusing on that, because all of these basic general people that like the Apple operating system, like they just use their cell phones now and netbooks. They're not getting powerful PCs that run Windows anyways. So anyways, kind of sucks. I don't know. I invoked Uzi's name. He didn't show up. I guess that means that he is not here. Hey, man. Oh, he is here? Well, Linux is pretty good, but the GUI is just not as good still. Ooh, hey, calendar. They just added dark mode to Google Calendar. Okay, I think I can swing that. Oh, right, that's next week. Never mind. Okay. Somebody sent me a calendar invite, and I'm like, Thursday at 10:30. I don't know if I can do that today, but it looks like it'll fit. I'll put it in, and then I realized, oh, that's for next week. XFCE. Oh, that's so weird that's the one that you're interested in. Why that one, Amen? Just because it's lightweight? I don't know. I thought that one was kind of like people... I'm not going to say it's abandonware. Like, I know that they're actively developing it, but I kind of thought that the community kind of, like, forgot about that one. Especially since they've got, like, What's this one that's like built in Rust and uses Wayland and all of this? Like, there's some cool stuff coming down the line, and they're doing some fairly significant changes to the GUI, because it used to be that everything ran on X, right? Like all of the GUIs in Linux were started with X Windows Server, and it's not scaling to new hardware and stuff very well. So they got a new thing called Wayland, and some people are doing some pretty cool stuff with Wayland, especially when you get into like less traditional environments. But I digress. Okay, so let me show you something. Let me show you something. Where is? Oh no, what should I show you? Oh. So I was working on the caching and so forth for my indicators, and what I figured out that the problem that I was having with some of these things is that when you have a session iterator, you use a session iterator to like determine when it's a new trading day and like what the trading day is and all of those sorts of things. And apparently there are things about the session iterator that rely on the indicator that it is being run from and the class that it's coming from. So if you're trying to do funky stuff with subclasses, which NinjaTrader technically doesn't support, but you can still do, the session iterator doesn't work correctly. So because of that, I had some weird issues where like it would only do the first day. It would only pull the first day out of the cache. And then the rest of the days it didn't work. And there's things, I had a bug in there that was like dumping the data into the file like 4 times. So then when you loaded it up again, it added them together. And anyways, I fixed all of those. And I have backtesting working on the cached order flow indicators. And when I ran it yesterday, I just ran it on October, okay? But when I ran it yesterday, I ran it and I was like, well, that's pretty good. Like, when I saw the initial number there, where it's like 75% win rate, like, what? Actually, the numbers on this are crazier than that in many respects. Let's change it to ticks here. Average MAE is 4, average MFE is 6. That's not bad. Very rarely I'll play Cities Skyline. Have you tried Cities Skyline 2? I heard it was like a complete disaster. The new one, the Cities Skyline 2, was like they like shipped with like half the features that people wanted, and it's a disaster. Anyways, look at this. So what I actually I can show you the strategy itself. I'll show you the strategy itself, okay? I made a SPS thing for these ones that rely on the indicator. Okay, so it's pretty simple. It just says if our market order imbalance is so I'm doing something weird here. I'm saying 0.5 plus a deviation trigger. So if I set the deviation trigger to be 0.05, then that means that it's like it will trigger at 0.55 and 0.45, or long versus short. And but basically when you get down to the one that worked the best, it's basically saying when the market order imbalance is over 0.6, go long, and when it's below 0.4, go short. And imbalance of market orders. So it's the market order imbalance, which is one of my indicators that you can download at speculators.com. And by the way, there's a free trial. One of the things that I keep having happen is people, they like what they see and they just purchase the indicator. And then they're like, okay, wait, how do I install it and things like that? So maybe I need to go and look at the website because you can download it and install it for free first, and then it will work for 2 weeks, and then it will say that you need a license, and then you buy the license, and it should already be installed. Anyways, you can go and try it at speculators.com. But anyways, it's the market order imbalance is a rolling imbalance. So what it's saying is, over the last 5 minutes or whatever the time period you set, over the last 30 bars, what is the percentage of buy orders to sell orders, market orders, right? And then it's a window that shifts as you move along, okay? So, in a way, kind of similar to cumulative delta, but... Well, for this back test, we're doing 30. For this back test, we're doing a 30-minute rolling window. And it's saying when you get a 30-minute rolling window and the 60% in that 30 minutes are buy orders that you should buy, and you make 8 ticks, essentially. Anyone else notice that they ever so slightly shifted the yet red in the YouTube logo? What? Okay, wait, let me see. Maybe. Can we say that market order imbalance is the reverse of the order? No. So, well, so I don't have an indicator called order book imbalance, but I do have, what is it called? What is it called? Why are you not opening up? There we go. Resting orders. I do have resting orders, but it's not an imbalance. It's just telling you what the resting orders are. Okay. Anyways, yeah, it's a rolling window, and the back test says if it's 60%, or actually, I think that the number it was actually 59. Yeah, the deviation trigger is 0.09. So basically, if it's if it's 59% buy orders, then you go long. And if it's 41% sell orders, then you go short. So kind of the opposite of what I had been looking at, which was like fading it. Although I think to fade it, you just need a shorter window, smaller window perhaps. But look at that. Over October, well, hey, like it would have passed the combine, right? It would have passed the combine if you traded large enough size. Because it only took 4 long trades, and they were all winners. And then it took 8 short trades, and that was 5 winners and 3 losers. That's, for a month, that's crazy good. I don't know if those numbers are going to hold up past a month or not. Kind of need to look. The next thing I need to do is look at it and see, okay, how far back do I have the data on that particular one? That's pretty good. Hold on, I'm going to go check something. I just heard a child. It's okay. Child is in the other room, watching his iPad. No audio. Oh, I ended it. Okay, yeah, we're good. At least make it on a 6. Well, yeah. So the issue, Amen, is that this is something that I cannot backtest historically unless I recorded the data. That's the problem with it. And I don't know how far back my data goes. I only just did October as like the simple test, right? But I do think that we have it further back than that. But now we have to go and check that part, right? There's a couple of these that are just bad. No. So, yeah, yes and no. Actually, on that one. So, what you can do is you can use tick replay. Right, you can use tick replay, and that might be able to go back as far as a year. But what I found when I was using it before was that the tick replay, like the historical bid ask, was not accurate enough for this. It was not accurate enough. It changed the orders enough that the live results were not close enough to the back-tested results. So that's why I went to recording the information as it goes along, saving it, etc., etc. Because you're right. One month of data does not really tell you a whole lot in terms of, like, is it a really reliable signal? I highly, highly doubt, to be honest with you, that those numbers would hold up even over a year. It's a simple setup, so I don't think that we have the risk of, like, overfitting or any of that sort of a thing. But I don't think that result is going to hold up over a year. But what it does do is, number one, it shows that the technology works. And now I can apply it to the other indicators so that I can start to incorporate those things into the strategy as well. For instance, the resting orders. I can do something that, like, look at the top three and only take a long if the buys are greater than the sells or something like that. Right? And there's a couple of other indicators in there that I think I can do something with. So now that we've got that part working, now I can start to work on getting the more sophisticated indicators and stuff working, or not indicators. So getting a more sophisticated strategy, essentially. So I think that the next step should be, well, I do. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, I'm not crazy. Did YouTube change the way the payback color line looks? It seems more, yeah. And it says that they did. Okay, sure, yeah. Oh, but it was like 4 months ago. Say, I could believe that 4 months ago they changed it. If you try trade, no, nobody has this. Amen. I'm talking about every level 2 change, every market depth change. Okay, nobody has historical market depth data. Certainly not accurate historical market depth data. There is historical bid ask. So when you load cumulative delta, and you have to turn on tick replay in NinjaTrader in order for it to load up. What it's doing is it's looking at the historical bid ask and then each order and what that order came in to relative to the historical bid ask. And the problem is that there are situations where, you had a lot of orders come in, like maybe they bought this up at 07 and then there were some other orders that came in and sold it. And so you're going to see a lot of orders taking place at 07, and whether or not they are classified as market buys or market sells is going to depend on how in sync that level 2, that market depth change is to the actual orders. And those two feeds are not completely synced. My own kind of research on this suggests that, like, the difference between the reality and what your cumulative delta is showing you can be around 5 to 10%, and the difference between the reality and what you get with tick replay can be as much as 20 to 30%. And especially if you're doing it over a short time frame, it doesn't work. Like we tried that, we back tested it, and the live results did not work correctly. So now we've fixed all that. The back tests look pretty solid. We could try running it live. I'm going to try running it on a bigger data set. And since I'm saving all of the level 2 data with the data pipe, I do still have that on there, right? Oh, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Oh dear. So have I been, like, what did I have to rebuild my NinjaTrader workspace a little while ago? I think I can get rid of those ones. And yeah, I don't really care for these. Oh, and then these are the 10-minute ones. Yeah. I think I'll just get rid of all those. Get rid of all those. And that one, and that one. So that just leaves me with the ones that are 8D. Interestingly enough. And that goes back to July 5th. Okay, so let's try. Let's see if that'll go. It's actually, I think that NinjaTrader is going to complain. So which day was it? July 5th. Okay, let's just start on the 8th. I run this, is probably going to show me that error message again, and then I can go in and fix that bit of data. Although it might be far back enough that... Yeah, so what parameters did you use? I used a 30-minute window, and it is going with the imbalance when it gets to 59% or 41%. So if it gets to 59%, you buy. If it gets to 49%, you sell. Oh, wait, did it? Hold on. Interesting. It's giving me a few errors. It looks like that just probably one of my files is just corrupted here, so I might be able to fix it here. And so I guess the first thing is I'm gonna open up a new coding window here. One thing I thought was interesting, by the way, and I should probably test as well, is that in that back test, it still had an average adverse excursion of 4 ticks. So should I tell it when I get a signal like that to put in a limit order 4 ticks down instead? I wonder. Because I've never had one that was that clear. Oh yes, so it's going to be in here. So there's, first of all, there is a kind of a debugging message that I stuck in there that I should get rid of. So I'll leave that one. Import. Oh, wait, is it in this one? Is it in... No. Oh, here it is, right here. Guess I should just delete that line. Hold on. She's running late, but I think she's okay. Okay, build. But anyways, the reason I wanted to point that out to you, Uzi, was because I don't remember if you were using a 30-minute window or whatever. I think that I put that on my chart and was collecting the data because you were using a 30-minute window. And I'm just saying that for October, it's saying go with it. Don't trade against it. Now, I think that if you added 2, so you had like a long one and a long window and a short window, then you could maybe add some more nuance to it. You know, like if like what would happen if the long window, it's like over 60%, but then on the short window, it's going the other way or something like that. Might be able to identify some weird situations. Okay. Let's clear this. Run. Yes. So it does not like the 28th of August, it seems. Oh, did I close this window? What's wrong with me? Is there any way to detect when market maker algos remove the bid-ask restant orders and enter? So I think that you can kind of look for excessive amounts of canceling. And we do have an indicator that would help you see that. in my experience, you get similar dynamics to the delta where you get a higher percentage of one type of orders or the other, but the price still stalls out and goes the other way, like absorption and iceberg activity. On a short time frame. Well, yeah, and that's why, like, I think that if it was like on a 10-minute window, right, and you saw a market order imbalance of buying, that there's a really good chance that they were buying into an iceberg, for instance, and then that could be something that might reverse or, you know, does who knows what. But okay. Oh, I can just copy it like this. Copy. Edit this file. Oh, no, I didn't like that. Because I need to put parentheses around it, I think. Maybe not. What did it not like? Okay, let's do it a different way. This one. Unable to open. Interesting. What's wrong with that file? Especially on NASDAQ. Well, I honestly don't know how effective those things would be on an equity index future anyways. So I think that where I want to go with the equity index is, can I sit down and find some way to say, like, okay, like the volume is really in the stocks, and you know there's the stocks are here, and I should see the volume in the futures roughly following it. But then there's going to be some situations where people in the futures are doing something different. They're hedging or whatever the deal is. And how can I identify those? And so I can't just look at all the order flow in the S&P 500. I need to find some way to filter it to only the situations where the order flow that I'm getting is unusual. Perhaps I could look at it from, like, when you're getting a cumulative delta price divergence in the S&P 500. We could look at those areas again and then maybe try and sort out why those imbalances happen and predict where it will go from there. But I digress. I think that just looking at the overall order flow in the equity indexes and doing this kind of analysis on it might, you know, have some problems. Available when online. Oh. It's sticking my NinjaTrader data in my cloud folder. And it's telling me there's something wrong with my cloud, isn't it? I know why. Okay, hold on. think that if I do that one... No? Oh, was it this one? There we go. I don't want my data on the cloud drive. How do I change that? It's telling me to just disable OneDrive. We can spy on my son now. My wife fixed it. No. What color are your eyes? Gray. So they used to be like blue with slight hints of green in the center. But as I've gotten older, much like my hair color, it's just turned into an ashy gray color. So with the new camera, don't I have a zoom one? I think I have a zoom one. There you go. Yeah. Can see it pretty good. You can still see hints of it on the inside, but they've mostly turned gray. Yep. When you zoom in, you can really see. One of the weird things with my eyes is that I've got this issue where like one eyelid is like lazier than the others or something. This one closes a little bit more than this one. I don't know it's weird, but you see that? Camera angle can also make my eyes look like it's a lazy eye, but it's not. It's just the angle. I wear contacts. Need to get surgery, huh? Okay, back to what I was doing. Oh, there it is right there. Settings. Now. Ah, there it is. Settings. I bet you we go all in on removing carbon from the atmosphere. And ultimately, wait, why are we talking about that? Oh, Morgan Stanley has entered into a deal with Climeworks to finance the removal of CO2 from the atmosphere. I gotcha. OneDrive settings. Settings. Count. Choose folders. We're unable to stop syncing. It won't let me unsync that. That's weird. Wait. Can I do it like this? OneDrive. Oh my gosh. How do I... Maybe I just need to turn OneDrive off. Can I just turn it off completely? No. Stop back up on that. Pictures is okay. Okay. This one, yes. This one, yes. And the files directly in there, but not all of these program files ones. That's ridiculous. Okay. Dear Microsoft, you're annoying. Okay, let's see if what that does. Okay, hopefully that fixes it. Hey, it looks like it's going. Cool. It did. That's still pretty good. It's net negative, but it's still pretty good. Let's see here. So, first of all, which parameters did it pick? Come on. It picked deviation trigger of 0.09 again. Let's just open that in a new strategy analyzer and close this one. And I think if I go to this analysis, that's not going to work right yet because I need to save history. Okay. So it is working going back to just to October. But there was a period here, like later half of August, where it really didn't work. What was going on in the market at that time? So I'm wondering if I can sort out where... Okay. So the 22nd of August... Or sorry, 8/22. I see. It was in this time period where the treasuries weren't really trending very well. So it is what I suspected, which is it's a signal that like it flips. You want to go with it sometimes and you want to go against it other times, and it depends on whether we're going to be in a trending market or a tight market. But curiously enough, the long trades were profitable. But it looks also like that it's like reversing its trades a lot. So here's another thing that we can test. And position dot market position equals market position dot flat. This will prevent it from reversing when it's already in a trade. It will try and hold it till it gets the win. Oh my. Wait, did it delete them? No. There we go. It's right there. Maybe just try it again. OneDrive, I hate you. Just turn it off. That's not going to work. Dude, the default OneDrive settings for are ridiculous. So like I turned off the sync of OneDrive of that or whatever, but it looks like it's still in OneDrive, and like the amount that it's backing up is so ridiculous. So I'm gonna delete this DB folder. Oh my gosh, guys, this is retarded. That would kind of explain why it was, when I was doing the backtest, it was a little bit slower than I thought, because it was trying to pull the files from the cloud every time. Oh my gosh, there's like hundreds of thousands of files in that DB folder too. Like, OneDrive this is so stupid. You're at long. You know, I haven't been paying too close attention to the action just because, you know, I'm trying to fix this. But it's been pretty choppy here, huh? Cache folder is 22 gigs. Are you for real? When is this stable? Well, just don't use the beta, dude. It's already there. It's called the latest stable release. Don't use the beta. Okay, all of these data pipe files. Cut. And we put those on the big drive. Market data. 44 gigabytes. Wow. How do I get a divorce from Windows? It's funny when we were talking about, oh, I don't like Windows 11, but like it works. And then I have issues with OneDrive. Dude, this is going to take all day. Not all day, but it's going to take like 30 minutes to copy them out. Good thing it's like a 20 terabyte drive I'm copying it to. So, but like that's the thing is you can come in. There's a couple of settings you can change, disable OneDrive, etc., and it's okay, right? It's just that they continue to hoist this BS on us. I'm gonna put the little thing over here so you guys can see how slow it's going. That's all of the data pipe. Ooh, can I see it now? If I refresh this page now? Yes. Well. I don't know what Ethan's doing there. He's not just sitting down watching the iPad. But he looks like he's okay. Oh man, guys. Oh, the girls are up. Okay, we're okay. Whoa, okay. So there was the PMIs. Sorry, just my initial look at those numbers, I'm like, is that right? Okay, 55 for services, PMI flash, 55 spot 3 versus an expected 55. Manufacturing PMI flash, 47 spot 8 versus an expected 47 spot 5. And composite, 54 spot 3 versus 53 spot 8. And I'm just, so that's like a 0.3 higher than expected. These are numbers that are often several points off. And yeah, the amount of reaction there just doesn't quite make sense to me. I don't understand what's going on there. I wonder. That is awfully weird. What? I wonder if that was saving my main disk. Am I going to have some problem? Well, I have 177 gigabytes. So I think it should be okay. Uh-oh, where'd he go? There he is. You know, I didn't really notice it, realize it at first. But my boys have progressed to the point where I don't have to worry about them killing each other. That if I look away for 1 second, somebody will die. You still have to watch them really closely, but... Well, those treasuries still look awfully heavy. There's got to be something in that PMI data beyond those headlines, because I don't think that reaction really makes sense. See, it's still trying to sync files for me. I don't know what OneDrive is up to. I just well, no, because then I wouldn't be able to download them from here. Oh, but this is uploading and this is downloading. Wow, some of these files were actually 250 megabytes? Whoa, wait. This is bigger than I thought. I've been saving more data than I thought, guys. Can you do not really? Well, actually, I think you can. Like if you're doing like a Ninja Trader replay, I think that it does save and like replay all of the level 2 events, but it's kind of wonky. I've never really messed with it because everything that I've read about it has been that like it sucks. Okay. This is actually going a little better than I thought, maybe. It's not linked to an upper down intake. Well, you're. I think you're kind of thinking about something different, but yeah. So just like the data that you're getting right now, right? Your market depth changes and the actual orders that are coming in are two separate data feeds, essentially. I don't know how it works when they do the record thing, but what I've been doing is I have an indicator that every single one of those updates that comes through, it saves it to disk. So I have like 2 years worth of everything. Although I do think that sometime late December or so that I screwed something up because, yeah. So when I come in here and look in my cache, I'll sort it by dates. Resting orders, data pipe. Oh, did I miss the whole summer? Nah. That's okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it does kind of suck. Oh, you know, probably the reason why some of the files are so big is because it does it like all, it is because it was doing it all day, maybe. Oh, okay. So the rest of the files in here. Oh yeah, those ones are old. Okay, let me double check that I do actually have those ones. So it's like saying April 11th. There it is right there, April 11th. Okay, so I can come over here into NinjaTrader and just delete this cache folder now. Oh, no. Actually, don't want to just delete this cache folder. Oh, no, because the other stuff isn't saved. Yep. Deleted. Okay, so now if I come out and I look at the size of this folder, properties, it's still massive. $12 gigabytes. Most of it is from DB though. What do you have for the 200-day moving average on ZN? It's still all the way back up at 111.26. Tools, database management. That the wrong one? Maybe it's historical data. You know what? I'm afraid to do it. We're gonna do it. Okay. So now the folder is only 3 gigabytes. Copy. Paste. This is going to take a while. 4,000 items. Why would I switch to Quantower? Okay, sure, but why would I want to use Quant Tower as opposed to NinjaTrader? Woo! That went... All of a sudden, it started going turbo mode. Okay. Fingers crossed that I didn't just completely destroy NinjaTrader, okay? I don't really think that it is faster. And I mean, newer is, I don't think that I would say that that's accurate either. I mean, like, they've both been updated in the past month, right? Like, okay, so far, everything is loading back up. Okay. I'm gonna minimize this one. So I think what's happening right now is that because I deleted like all of the database in NinjaTrader, it's taking it a little bit of time to like re-download data and get completely running. Almost there. I kind of wonder if Ethan has like eye problems because he wants to sit so close to the television. Do you see that? Why is he so close? Can you not see it? How do you test that? I have this dog, right? And she's like a Maltese mix. Maltese Shih Tzu mix, that's what it is, right? And my wife like recently gave her a haircut so that she can actually see, and it's like a completely different dog. She was so stupid before, and now I'm like, oh, you just couldn't see. Okay, let's try this again. Where is my NinjaScript output window? Pull that over here. Run. Dude. Okay. So, now that we're not dealing with the OneDrive, it just goes poof. I have two dogs. I have the... See, what happened was, we had two dogs that were her dogs, and they were Yorkshire Terriers, and one of them was like a prize-winning stud that was like, too old, And then the other one was just the dumbest dog I've ever met. But she was like a teddy bear Yorkie, which is kind of weird. They got like a different kind of fur. Like it's still hair, but they're kind of like bushy. And anyways, we thought that she would be around for a lot longer, but she, like, as soon as the first one died, she died pretty quickly after. So they both died. So it was time to get a new dog, and I really, really liked a Papillon that I used to watch. I feel like it's like the perfect dog for me. So I insisted that we get a Papillon, and I insisted that we go and we get one that's like well-bred and all of those sorts of things. I tell you what, man, fight me all you want. I know my wife fights me on this, but you really do get a better dog if you find a good breeder and you get a purebred dog. You're going to get one that's got a much more consistent personality. They tend to be smarter. It is just a better dog. Okay. And for some reason, she just doesn't like that look. She likes the look of a Yorkshire Terrier for, you know, that kind of snout more. She doesn't like the foxy kind of nose. She likes the more poodle kind of nose. It's really all of those dogs get it from poodle, right? I think. Anyways, that's why I think she was just biased against the dog. She's like, oh, he doesn't want to sit with me. He's not, you know, he's kind of annoying because he always wants to play fetch. Like, he needs a playmate, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So she went and got this other dog that was a Maltese Shih Tzu mix. And they do play together. And so he is a lot less annoying for sure. But the thing that's so funny is that she didn't like that he didn't want to be petted. It's like if he sits down on your lap, depending on his mood, and you just try and pet his back, he doesn't like it. But what he'll do is he'll come and he'll paw at you until you rub his belly, until you scratch his chest. He wants you to scratch his chest, and that's really annoying. But the dog that she got, that was like, I need my dog for, you know, to be like, that will just sit with me and cuddle and yada, you know, like the Yorkies did, right? Well, her dog never wants to sit down ever. That dog just always wants to be outside playing in the mud. And she's just not very bright. Like, it's so funny. Goku, the Papillon, you know, I tell him to sit. It only took once. I took the treat. Sit. He sits down. You give him the treat. And then ever after that, you say sit, he immediately sits down. He doesn't like to sit on wood. He might ignore you if you're outside. But if you're just sitting on the carpet, whatever it is you say, instantly he does it, right? And training him was super, super easy. And this other dog, she just doesn't get it, man. I'm like, sit. And she's like, oh no, what am I supposed to do? Is he mad at me? No. I give her the treat. She doesn't associate it with sitting down. The dog is so stupid. It's just like the other, the Yorkie that was stupid. It was like the spirit of that dumb Yorkie was reborn in this new stupid dog. I don't get it. But you know, and then she was also just always kind of like reacting to people weird. Like if she wants to play, she kind of derps around, but she doesn't actually play with you. But then we gave her the haircut, and she still doesn't sit and all that sort of stuff. But she at least can like get on the couch and sit with you and stuff now. So weird, right? So why did we come down to all of this? Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, didn't I already have this actually? Well, let's close the editor. Didn't I already have this? Oh, that's right. That's right. We were trying to test the different way of Okay, I tried to compile and it wasn't compiling. That's right. That's right. So, come back to this thing. Okay, it is the correct file, and I compile. And it is still saying... an assembly. Where is it getting that from? Our first husky is purebred from a reputable breeder, and we get shit about that. But he's 10 now and doesn't have a lot of problems. And I'm guessing that the other ones that you got don't. So it's complaining about the vendor licensing DLL. I'm just going to check here if the vendor licensing feature works. Does. So where is it getting this from? I think Ninja Trader might still be using the old workplace. Because if I try to download it here, it's like it's open in another... I might have to like completely restart my machine. Okay, what if I just come in here and bin custom vendor licensing? And do that. Let's see what that does. Oh, where is that file coming from? Huh. It's going to give me the same error, isn't it? Oh. Maybe the restart just was all that. Oh, wait. So I can check in here. Vendor licensing still works. I don't know what's with that. Maybe the restart. Maybe it was just the restart that it needed. Hold on, Ethan is to realize that nobody's there. He decided to follow me in here. We're just doing boring stuff, though, Ethan. You should go back into the other room and watch your TV show. Here, you want to sit? You want to sit up here? You're gonna have to, the blanket's too big. Can you see yourself? Okay, so now that that compiled, we should be able to pull up the strategy analyzer and 205 trades. Okay, that's correct. So now we'll run this again. And, oh, okay. It didn't change it too much, actually. So interesting that it takes so many more short trades. What's with that? What's the criteria? Oh, okay. So for those of you that are coming in here late, we have the, oh, it's not on there. Well, that's interesting too. Let's fix that. Indicators. Market order imbalance. Change the ID. Make the period 30. Click OK. Make this big. Make sure that it's loading the cache data. It is. Okay, so we have this indicator called market order imbalance. And what it does is that's a rolling window that tells us what percentage of the market orders are buy versus sell orders is what it does. And what the strategy does, by the way, let's put that, it's all right. Let's put that in between there. There we go. And all this is doing is when the imbalance gets over a certain line, it switches. It takes a trade when it goes right. So like when it's 60% buy orders, it buys. Vice versa. We can actually, the way that I have it set up, I can easily flip that. So if I do an optimization here, let's make sure. So first of all, save history false, and then okay, the stops and the reward factor are good. I do want to have the refactory period. So that's like if it takes a trade and it loses, it waits 20 minutes. And then the last limits are fine. Okay, this deviation trigger, I'm going to have it start at negative 0.1 and make the max 0.1. and the increment 0.01. So that should give us about 40 different runs, right? And then we're running since July, since that's how far back we have the data. Can you go over there? Go over there. He's decided he's going to sit under the desk, which is just fine because now we have this desk that's so solid and everything. Okay. So that should give me about 40 different runs. Or, oh, okay, sorry, 20 different runs. And, well, they're all failures, though. Which one did it decide was the best? 0. Well, now that's not what I expected. Wait, am I optimizing on the right thing? No, not max profit factor. Max net profit. Oh boy, you just let one. I think I need to go change you. There we go, 0.09. That should be, that's what it was before. Still curious why it takes so many more short trades than long trades. But I guess that's just what it's been since July, huh? Well, now there should be a period where it's a buy. There should be this period here at the very beginning where it should have taken long trades and it would work really well, but apparently not. But when we come back, oh, sorry. Now I come in this one and open in a new tab. And I tell it to save the history. So fast, I love it. Okay. Analysis. Pretty good. Oh, but you know, I can, okay, let me back up. Let me go back. Okay. What's the criteria? Well, so we can look at the chart. Okay. So basically, what happens is when it sees an imbalance, when it goes below that, when it goes to that 0.4, so do you see right there, it goes below that 0.4, and so what does it do? It takes a short. Then that's basically what it's doing. And, oh no, it doesn't, it actually didn't go all the way back? Huh. So then wait, how is it getting... Well, now that's mighty suspicious. July. So now let's come back over here. 7/31. Oh, it says cache data not found. Not finding data until 8/28. So, oh, that's why it's taking so many shorts. Oh my gosh, guys, this is so stupid. Okay. Well, I should probably do something about that, but, well, actually, maybe I don't need to do anything about that. Okay, so the first day that it says is 8/28. Okay. And what are the stats on that? Oh, well, now it's a lot better. It took 22 short trades, and this was about 50-50, and it took 12 long trades, and that was 75% win rate. And it is about equal risk reward. But is it? Well, now that's interesting. So if I come back to the trades, and I look at the exit name, it seems to be finding that imbalance going into the session close for some reason. So that close is, wait, am I doing it? Oh, no, wait. CBOT interest rate. Oh, no, STH. I am using the STH interest hours. So it's basically, it's stopping trading when I stop trading. So that kind of suggests that if I set the window within which it can trade, I should just add that into the advanced strategy. So like an acceptable window so that I can be running it, so that I can have the indicators on the extended session, but it will only take trades during that time period. And I should make the strategies be like, okay, yeah, if it's below 0.4, but not if it's 0. If it's 0, then it shouldn't take a trade. But it should be loading because I do have this data, don't I? So let's come back over here. To get out of OneDrive. And oops, where are we going? Users, me, documents, Ninja Trader, saved. Oh, 9, 12. Oh, I see. I see. It is not dealing with the rollover correctly. I could probably change the name because it doesn't need to know. It doesn't need to know the instrument thing. Well, see, like the instrument is right there. I shouldn't be including this other part. So I can change the name. But then I have to, go and rename them all as well. Don't think I have enough time to do that right now. But that's why it was on the rollover is when it's switched. So there's a little bit more data that I could back test it on. But just on this contract, it's not terrible. 34 trades. So that's like what? 90. No, that's like 120 trades a year. It's about a trade a day. It's not bad. Yeah, you see good signals. Well, yeah, now, so coming back over here, now that we've kind of fixed that. Oh. I don't know, man. He's just... Maybe there's just a really good edge in it, and I just haven't been seeing it this whole time, guys. I just... Like, you come in, you look at the chart, and you look at the trades that it does. It seems fine. See, there's a short. Takes it. Yeah, there's a long. Takes it. It's doing it. It works. Oh, man. But like you look at that, look at this one right here. Right? That's perfect. Okay, so interestingly enough, so if I come back, so this is the next thing that I think I want to test. Okay. Do what the market does, how novel. I don't... Like, if this is what I'm trying to do. Like, the strategy is basically what I'm trying to do. So I'm really weirded out by when I go and I do the back test on this last contract that it appears to work so well, But one issue that one thing that I am seeing that might be kind of screwing me up when I'm trading it by hand and stuff is that, like, the MAE is actually pretty like, oh, okay. Oh, no, wait, but don't I have a stop? Oh, but the stop is 8. Ah, right. I see. So some of those results could just be random. Because it's basically oh no, wait, but these are all losses. Oh, now that's actually okay, but there were some that like they went 8 ticks against me and or 6 ticks against me and then turned all the way around and went up to where I wanted. Right? And most of these, how many get more than 4? Oh, well, now that's interesting that there's not any that's actually 4. There's like this bit over here that are less than 4, and this bit over here that are more than 4. So there's some clustering here. Oops. No, the overnight is not included. It's only the most active trading times when we're here doing the stream. Basically, only when I have this chart open. That clustering behavior. So what it's telling me, I actually totally see this in my own trading though, where it's like, I'll get in and like, yeah, it comes back a tick or two on me, but overall it's still a good trade. And then I get these other ones that just really fight me. They stop me out, and then after I get stopped out, then they go to where my trade was. Now, on the other side of it, are there ones that like aren't really going for me at all? Okay, so there's only 4 that didn't go for me at all. But how come? Because I did this over here earlier where I said my stop is 8 and my reward factor is 0.5. I was testing that yesterday and it didn't look very good. Well, that's actually not terrible. It's just not quite as much profit. Actually, oh, I don't have it on here. Columns, log, profit factor. The profit factor is not quite as high either. Sharp is 0.56, Sortino is 1.39. Let's add that on there too. Longs. Sortino. Average MAE, MFE. Adding all of the things in here. Okay. So, oh. Is a really high Sortino ratio like that a good thing? I forget exactly how it's defined. I know it's similar to a Sharp ratio, but is trying to kind of deal with a bias. And hey, do not draw on that. You draw on the chalkboard, not on the thing. Okay, rate of return minus the risk-free rate over the standard deviation of the downside. Oh, instead of the total standard deviation. I see. So it's saying that doesn't come back very much. Yeah, the algorithm right now, it basically, when this stream ends, it's closing it at the same time. So that's why I was saying what I did is, okay, if you come back here and you look at this chart, I don't know if you're still there or if you care too much about this, but the market order imbalance, that's basically the indicator. It's basically when it gets to 0.59, like right there, it might take a trade. And when it gets to 0.4 right there, it will take a trade. Okay. It's that simple. Okay. But if you come back over to this other screen and you look at the indicator on this chart right now, right here, right? You'll see that there's a period where it's open, right? And then that's it. And then there's nothing the rest of the time, right? So what it's doing is it calculates, it has to use like the live data to calculate it. And then it saves it to disk. And then during these periods, the indicator just doesn't do anything, right? So those are the periods where I had the chart closed. Okay. So if I go and I do a back test on that and I include a time frame when this isn't open, then it was saying, oh, the value is 0, I should take a trade. Right? So I limited the session so that it wouldn't do that, essentially. But I think we could try one thing really quick to test that. So this right here and imbalance of 0 does not equal 0. I'm going to add this to both of them. That way I can still kind of do this thing where I can test the opposite of this strategy by just changing the numbers. Compile. So now if I come back over here and I change this to regular trading hours, I don't think I want it to trade like the overnight, but we could still, this should just make it so that it gets its target or not. We'll see. All right, so let's change this back to summary first and run it again. Boom. So the thing that's unique about this indicator, and again, this is an indicator you can download from speculatorseth.com. There's a free 2-week, like you install it for free, 2-week trial. Then after that, you need a $100 license, $100 lifetime license. So super cheap for what I'm giving you, something super powerful that nobody else really has. And you can run real back tests with it, right? And because it's all information that's cached on the disk, it's like instant. Because normally to do any kind of like order flow back test, you'd have to turn on tick replay here, and then it takes forever, right? But this one, it's like it's almost instant, the amount of time that it takes to trade. Okay, so with that change, so first of all, that changed things a lot, but let's see if it's actually doing what we want, which is to say, are there times where it's trading and it really shouldn't be? Oh, okay. So actually what's happening here is that it is taking up. I've had this chart open most of the day, most days. There are some little periods where it's not open, but most of the time it's on. And when you start to include that larger time frame, then it doesn't work as well. which doesn't surprise me. Oh, and I have this, I still have this stupid reward factor. Let's change this reward factor back to this, because that's probably why it's taking so many more trades. Yeah, there you go. Okay. That's a little bit better. The long trades are profitable. So I do think that what I actually need to do is I need to implement a time restriction. So like we could use, I wish I had a little bit more time and that Ethan wasn't behind me, like driving me crazy. I might just end things early because I think that I need to change him. But we can do it tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. And we can come in and because I have a strategy that is just random. Where is it? What was it? Wait, was it the advanced base strategy? Was it advanced base? Oh, no, that one's just going based off of if it's rising or falling. And I don't think it's degenerate gambler. No. Vote filters. Correct. You build the historical value of the indicator and then store it on disk for a later backtest. Correct. So that I can backtest order flow things without having to use tick replay. Did it like not well, that wouldn't make much sense either. Oh, I'm a little frustrated because I definitely like made this. Actually, let's look at it this way first. See users, me, documents, NinjaTrader, bin, custom, strategies, date modified. Yeah, because we did this earlier in the month. Was it double down? Maybe it was double down. Ah, it is. It's double down. Okay. Of course. So what I can do is I can take the stuff that we used for this double down. Because what this one does is it says, like, pick a random time and then take a trade at that time. But I can kind of use some of this to basically just say, don't trade after 9:30 my time. Don't trade after 9:30. But the indicators still go, essentially. So that, and I can say, don't enter a trade at 9:30. If I'm already in a trade, like, let it ride. But don't enter a trade after 9:30. Well, he went back outside. Can you share the code? Well, yes and no. So the base strategy, I can share the code, but like there's not much to it. It's basically if the indicator, so I have this deviation trigger so that you can kind of change it. But basically what it's saying is if market order imbalance is over 0.6, go long. If it's below 0.4, go short. That's it. I have some other things in here. Like this is a strategy that's inheriting from another strategy that gives me a couple of other little things. Like I have my enter long method that when you come in here, it will do a couple of things. Like it will check to see if it's actually allowed to take a trade. So for instance, there's a refractory period where, you know, if I've just taken a losing trade, I have to wait 20 minutes before getting into another trade. So, and then it will log the output. So if you come back to NinjaScript output, you can see all of the output. It's telling me, okay, so I cached, here I loaded all these files, and then here, like, okay, I ignored this trade signal because it was in that refractory period, and I had just taken a loser, right? There's also some settings in this advanced base strategy to like not trade when the market is too volatile, that sort of a thing, but I'm not utilizing those, nor am I utilizing like the single day. Should I be using that? Let me come back here. If I go to net profit on a day, no, I think we're okay. Currency. So I have some things where it's like if the profit for or loss for the day is too much, then don't trade it. It's like curious to me, these right here. Like, I think we're going to learn a lot from this as I kind of refine this a little bit more, because I'm seeing a lot of things in these stats that remind me of my own trading. It's like, yeah, it seems to work really, really well most of the time, but then all of a sudden there's just these days where it does absolutely terrible, and I just totally fail. And so it's showing me that there is kind of like a left tail, that there's kind of a left tail on a daily basis. That if you look at the daily returns, most of the daily returns are kind of over here, but then there's this left tail that's kind of a little bit longer than you would like. It's something like that. And so what we need to do is we need to figure out what's causing these data points, some sort of a filter, and then we can get a distribution that looks more like this. And then that would be super winning, right? Anyways, back to the question. So this advanced base strategy, I can put that up at some point, but I don't think it's ready for other people to use, and it's kind of complicated. This indicator, this strategy is super simple. You could probably just pause and take a screenshot, or and let me make it bigger for you really quick. Right, like that's literally it. Okay, but then the other thing is that you do have to have my indicator, and you do have to have data. Like you have to put the indicator on a chart, have it running for a month or whatever the deal is, so that the data is cached on the disk and all that. I guess I could give you my cache data, but you know, I'm looking at it and I'm learning a couple of things. Like the names of them include the which maturity it is. You know, like is it not maturity, you know, the rollovers. And so it doesn't handle the rollovers correctly. That's one issue. So deal with I got to deal with that. So how do you get it to spot the conditions where the strategy doesn't work? I don't know. We kind of have to look at the situations when that's happening and use our own intuition to be like, okay, well, I personally wouldn't have traded that on that day because, and then da 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 da. I wouldn't have traded that one because it was after that. So first of all, they are all after my trading time period. So that's a key thing. But maybe it's like, well, it's after my trading period and it is a really tight market those days. So I don't actually want to do that. Or actually probably what's even more likely is like, it's a really tight market, but those were all just before treasury auctions, maybe. And so I just need to not trade when it's a treasury auction day. I don't think that so one of the things that the advanced based strategy does is it gets you out before news. I don't think that I have the auctions in there, but I could put them in there and then that would get it out, and I want to change this so that I can kind of like create categories and tiers so that I can have the indicator say, well, I'm willing to sit through this news, but not this news, right? So that I could make it just only get out before auctions. And maybe that would do it. Those are some of the ideas. But I think it will take a little bit more time. And the larger issue here is that we only have like 3 months of data or something like that, right? I'm not able to backtest it over a whole year, which might make a difference, right? So until we have, like a couple of years of data and like a couple thousands of trades, it's not really a suitable strategy. But I do see some things in it that look better than a lot of the other things that I've backtested. I'm seeing enough in there that like it might be worth trying to run it on a funded trader evaluation, for instance. Yeah. Anyways, it's time for me to go. It is 8:55, so I am going to shut things down. We'll be back tomorrow. We can look at it a little bit more. Does look like the treasury. Let's just take a quick look at the treasury market before we get going here. Oh, actually, that was the wrong button. Over here, charts. Okay, so we had that 8 o'clock news. The housing numbers, there was kind of a pullback, but then since then, there's been a really strong buy. Now that's curious because I have been kind of wondering, is there going to be a point at which the economic data looks weak and the treasuries start to buy or something? But I don't see that. Maybe there was a piece of news that I missed because I was so busy talking and backtesting and stuff. Maybe 30 minutes ago, if I just come back here. Gaza ceasefire gets renewed, or talks renewed. Nick Timoros. In previous episodes where the Fed cut rates for the first time, a lot of the decline in mortgage rate preceded the Fed's cut. In 1995, mortgage rates rose in the weeks following the first cut, in part because of better activity data that followed. Mortgage rates held steady at 6.25 in the survey last week. The highest level in 2 months. Mortgage apps for home purchases are barely above their levels of 1 year earlier when rates were flirting with touching 8%. Oh. So maybe the housing data actually did matter. That's curious because one thing you got to be careful with in this market is that there does appear to be like a systemic short put on here, perhaps because of the election. And anytime that we've got a piece of data that says that's not right, rates are gonna decline, and the data is going to be weaker and whatnot, like really upsets that trade. And so you could see like trends that come back and really stop people out. And I think that may be what's happening here this morning. It's too bad that I did not, that I was having those platform issues that we can't see what the the actual market order imbalance was that day. So, or during that time. So that's okay. Does look like there was a little bit of a jump here at one point. So I'm guessing that all other things being equal, that the strategy would be long right now. But we'll see. They've been selling the pit VWAP and now it's over with strong buying. Yeah. But like it really shot up there at one point. So that's kind of curious. But all right, guys, I'm going to get going. I will see you tomorrow. Stay excellent.